My name's Jo, and welcome to the Confusion Matrix. So it's been a while. This is not only my return to the internet, but it's also the start of a new series I'm calling This Week in Science. I'll be presenting a list of things going on in the scientific world that I think are interesting. There'll be links in the description if you want to find out more, and as always, you can go and check out my blog for more information about the things that I've mentioned here. So, let's get to this week's list. Have you ever seen someone stub their toe? You know how you have that kind of recoil in sympathy, or the wince? Well, researchers at Melbourne's Monash University have recently confirmed that this vicarious pain is a real, measurable thing. It turns out that about 20 to 30% of people will not only feel an initial empathy, but also actually physically feel that person's pain. Significant and sustained increases in heart rate were reported by the researchers in subjects experiencing this vicarious pain. Not only that, but these subjects actually reported feeling pain in the places where the subjects they were watching had been injured. Identity theft could very soon become a thing of the past. Quantum credit cards were proposed in the journal Optica this week. A group from the Netherlands described the system called quantum secure authentication, which utilises nanotechnology to protect the information on the card. I won't even begin to pretend I understand anything about quantum physics, but essentially the system works by generating complicated patterns that are impossible to replicate by would-be hackers. Quantum secure authentication exploits light in a quantum state, specifically the fact that these photons of light can exist in different places at the same time, or in my limited understanding, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Stand aside Jurassic Park with your fictional amber-encased mosquitoes. A fossilised fish has been discovered so well preserved that it still has intact eye tissue. Scientists were able to extract from this 300-million-year-old fish intact photoreceptors, specifically rods and cones. You need to go and click on this link. It's incredible. Having trouble getting to sleep? Well, you should probably ditch that e-reader. It's all to do with the amount of melatonin your body produces. Melatonin is the chemical that helps us sleep and stay asleep, and it's only produced in the dark. The more you stare at a screen, any screen, the less melatonin your body produces. Less sleep not only means grumpy people, but also can lead to some serious health issues. So it's probably time to rethink my screen usage in the evening. Bleh. To depressing news now. China has confirmed that its glaciers are melting. Researchers used topographical maps and images from the 1950s to the 1980s and compared them with more recent photos. And the results, sadly, are not good. The glaciers, a vital water source in northern India, have apparently shrunk by 13%. Which doesn't sound like much, but that's a loss of 10,000 square kilometres of ice. Now, it should be noted that the method that the researchers used has come under some scrutiny. Apparently, it's quite easy to mistake snow cover for ice. But even so, that's a hell of a lot of water that's gone missing. In a similar vein, an article in this month's Climate Change journal estimated that climate change could cost the US upwards of $1 trillion by 2100. The astonishing figure comes from projected costs of repair and relocation of coastal cities in North America. It does not take into account the effect on business and global economic losses as a result of this global climate change. And so the amount could be significantly underestimated, which is kind of frightening because $1 trillion is a hell of a lot of money. But in slightly less horrifically terrifying news, the world's fastest internet connection was rolled out this week. The internet provider, called US Internet, started offering the 30,000 lucky residents of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a download speed of 10 gigabits per second. That's 10 times the speed of its nearest competitor, Google Fibre. For my fellow Aussies, the NBN's highest tier offers a download speed of 100 megabits per second. So I'm moving to Minnesota, and I'll see you all later.